Now, NJ, it's a brand new year for us. It's a brand new year for the WWE. And this time last year, I think you remember this, we did a video giving our opinions on this list of 11 people that WWE said that we should watch out for 2011. And although most of those people really didn't go anywhere, some of them did. And so what we're going to do in this video is we're going to give our 11 people that we'll be watching out for in 2012. We've got 4 surefire ones, 4 sort of unsure could happen ones, and then we've got 3 FCW talents. So it should be an interesting video, especially evolving from what we did last year. It was essentially the same thing, but with WWE giving us the information.
That's very true, because with this new year beginning now, we're going to need to see new stars adapt characters, adapt pushes in SmackDown and Raw, and we're going to need to see future main eventers just so this year can be a lot better than last year.
Oh, by the way, with a British fist.
Gotcha.
In case you haven't noticed, we skipped the intro in this video, but we're going to give you some intro anyway. I'm Mr. Parkin. This guy sitting next to me is NJ.
What's up?
Indeed, what's up? I didn't quite hear that, NJ. I didn't quite hear.
What's up?
Sorry, I'm going a bit deaf.
What's up?
If you YouTubers are going a bit deaf, then yeah, you're definitely not going to hear that. Anyway, subscribe up above, like this video, and give your thoughts in this video or in that comment section below as to, God damn, that's annoying.
Make sure you contact us and make them get below.
Yeah, indeed. Like I said, because Jay was busy saying something, get your thoughts on who you feel could be, you know, someone to watch out for in 2012. Sorry, I'm still in 2011 mode. Ugh, New Year anniversary. Make sure you get into 2012 mode, Dan. Down in that comment section below. I know it was a little bit confusing, so we're just going to move on to the video right now. The first guy who we think could have a big year in 2012 is a guy who we have been very behind ever since he was the leader of the Nexus, and that is a guy, Wade Barrett. With the push he's had, you know, in the later area of 2011, we do feel that with that push, or maybe even a Rumble win, because he's one of my picks for the Rumble, that he could be a good main event player going into 2012 and for the future of the WWE.
Well, with Barrett bailing to do something, in my opinion, big on SmackDown, he made the core. Coming up to this year now, he needs to be put into the main event and have a good run, chase for the championship, or even become champion.
Yeah, I mean, he had that feud with Randy Orton at the end, even though he wasn't booked very well throughout 2011, he had that feud just before Survivor Series with Randy Orton, and he's put him out of commission, apparently out of commission. And to be honest, he's one of my favourites to win the Rumble, one of my favourite sort of younger up-and-coming guys to win the Rumble. So I do see this being a big year for Wade Barrett, personally.
It should be, so go Wade Barrett!
Yeah, indeed. Wait. Does that remind you of a video, guys? The Money in the Bank reactions video that we did? Anyway, the next guy who we feel could be a big part to play in WWE in the future is a guy he's already had 2 title runs. They weren't really very good because he was heel. And lately, they really pushed this guy as a babyface. And even though lately his push has kind of declined a little bit, I still think that if WWE really put their effort, like they did in the summer behind this guy, they could really have a main event player in the future, whether it be a heel or a face, and that is Sheamus.
Yeah, Sheamus with him. I think with him coming this year, I think he's going to maybe get himself into some good feuds, build his character up to a bigger babyface than what he already is, have a good championship run, because I think sometime this year he's going to be the champion, and he's going to be a champion that SmackDown can be proud of.
I mean, at one point, he was the fastest rising babyface on SmackDown. Like I said, lately his progression has kind of gone down because they haven't put him in a feud, and that's really kind of affecting him, in my opinion. But if you give this guy a Royal Rumble win and a title match at WrestleMania, if WWE put the effort that they put into him during the summer when they were really evolving his character and he was getting some very big pops, he could very easily have a good 2012, in my opinion, especially as a babyface.
And it's something we're all expected to see now. The way Sheamus has been built up to now, we're all expecting him to be in the championship run and made the champion.
Yeah, I mean, I thought at one stage that it might be Sheamus versus Mark Henry for the World Heavyweight Championship, but we all know where they went with that one with Daniel Bryan, don't we? And he's not on this list. Daniel Bryan, is he?
No.
No, because why is that, NJ?
Because he's just going to be going up somewhere and then he's going to come trembling back down.
Yeah, I do feel he will come trembling back down in 2012 and he probably won't have the best year, which is the reason why you don't put Money in the Bank or a World Heavyweight Champion with someone that isn't ready yet and that you haven't developed. But anyway, we'll move on to our next guy. The next guy is involved in a feud at the moment with CM Punk. He was in a Royal Rumble title match in 2011. He's got another one in 2012, and that is...
And he can do handstands, headstands, it's Ziggler!
Of course, Dolph Ziggler. Anyone could do headstands, though. The show-off that is Dolph Ziggler. I do see this guy. I think we did in our video last week. We did discuss Dolph Ziggler's main event credentials, even though we're in the same clothes. We discussed it like literally an hour ago, actually. But Dolph Ziggler does have main event credentials, and with the right kind of push, and if they put him in a feud with Foley, like I said in the last video, and if they really put effort behind him, and develop his character a little bit, maybe get rid of Vicky Guerrero. 2012 could be a year where he could win a Money in the Bank, maybe even a WWE Championship, a main event championship, if they really put that effort behind him.
Well, with a young star like Ziggler, again, it'll be a different base in the main event scene. It'll be a different build to the main event. It's a different character to what we normally get in the main event. It'll be really good for Dolph Ziggler to make it there.
Yeah, so 2012 could be a big year for someone like Dolph Ziggler. And, so, I mean, the guy he's not had the best of years, but now WWE obviously have made him beat guys like Orton, Cena. They've made him beat CM Punk twice now. So they obviously have some stock in this guy. They just need to really give him that extra push, in my opinion.
And I think with the way he's going at the moment, I think the WWE are going to be working on him because he is a character that I think the WWE could do well with.
The fourth surefire guy that we think is going to have a good 2012, and you know why I'm happy about this one, NJ. I don't know why he's fourth. He's number one in my list. But that's none other than Cody Rhodes. So explain why Cody Rhodes do you think is going to have a good year in 2012?
Well, with Cody Rhodes going from gimmick to gimmick now, he's progressed into the picture where he's become a good Intercontinental Champion. He's having people put him over, so he's actually building up a character, building up wins, building up a push in the WWE. I'm thinking, with everything that he's gone through, he's definitely going to be a Wrestle Tour champ for this year.
Yeah, and the thing is about Cody Rhodes is he hasn't been pushed too quickly. Over 2012, he's gone from gimmick to gimmick, but he's had good feuds with Rey Mysterio, he had a feud with Randy Orton, he's recently been in a feud with Booker T, he was involved in Money in the Bank. So they've done a lot of things this year, WWE, even though in sections they really might have missed the ball with him a little bit, but they've really done a lot this year in WWE to, not this year, sorry, last year. This year's not, 2011 mode again. In last year, they did a lot of good things to really help Cody Rhodes sort of progress slowly. They've given him the Intercontinental Championship. They've made him bring back the old championship, which was good in my opinion. So they built him up quite slowly, and that's good.
And the good thing is, when you see people actually going on mic more, you actually know the WWE are getting behind them, having faith in them. So I think the fact that they're actually giving Cody Rhodes mic time, promo time, the chance to do more than what he would do, I think it's really the WWE think, we've got something here, and the crowd seem to like it, so let's roll with it, and it's giving what he wants.
I see something big happening for him in 2012. Maybe a Money in the Bank win, if he keeps that Intercontinental Championship, or who knows what can happen with him. But I do feel that in 2012, WWE really need to strike the coal while it's hot with Cody Rhodes, in my opinion. Not just because I'm a mark, just genuinely, that's what I think.
So it would be good to see them use Cody Rhodes. Obviously, with the past that he's had, he definitely deserves to have a big working character in 2012.
Yeah, and of course, if you think anyone else should be in this mould of surefire 2012 guy we should look out for, get him in the comment section below. We've said 4, but you might have other... Drew McIntyre for the win, bitch. Maybe even Funkasaurus. I'm just saying, if you have any thoughts on who you think should be in the main event scene, a surefire main event guy, who you think could have a big year for 2012, in 2012, you can get it in the comment section below. And now we'll move on to the 4, which we feel could have a good year, but at the same time, may not. So I think the first one that falls into this category is Alex Riley. And I think it's purely because we've seen what this guy can do. He does draw a good crowd reaction. He's got good mic skills. He's improving his in-ring skill, which isn't perfect. But now the WWE really did have a good thing going with him in the first half of 2011. But then they kind of dropped the ball with him a little bit. And that's one of the things that's making me think, could he be a star in 2012? He won't be a star or a World Heavyweight Champion or something, but he'll definitely be a kind of guy you could look out for, whether it's as a mid-carder or as a tag team guy or something.
Well, the way he was brought into WWE and how he progressed when he was in WWE, fans wanted to see him turn on Miz. They wanted to see him have a feud with the Miz. So they wanted to see Alex Riley do stuff in the WWE. And sadly, after the Miz thing, they kind of dropped him and he went out of the way. I'm thinking with 2012, the chance to bring in new people chasing the mid-card belts, I'm thinking bring Alex Riley in and it will help him progress in 2012.
Yeah, and that demise was mainly thanks to Dolph Ziggler, who is on our top 4 of the list. What a surprise! But I do think WWE do. I think Alex Riley could have a good year in 2012. Not in terms of getting into that main event scene, but in terms of getting himself there. Because we've seen what he can do when he's put in that position with the Miz. So I can see him maybe having a good 2012 if they get him on TV and use him like we know they should. Maybe a US title run or something.
They should.
I think he should have had that in summer of 2011 personally, but that's just my opinion.
Well, they should just kept on going with him after the Miz, but hopefully they'll just bring him back as a full-time wrestler on Raw.
One guy you guys will have to look out for, a new character on the roster in 2012. A guy who is very unique, he's very out there, it's something very fun, and that is none other than the Funkasaurus Brodus Clay. Why is he going to be something that, I mean, he's not a surefire thing yet, but he's something that we could definitely look out for in 2012 in terms of entertainment and fun and being an integral part of a program and something different.
I will say this, with the WWE needing more mid-carders in, I'm thinking with a character like this, an entertaining character, it will make, when he does become maybe a champion, or when he comes to be more involved in Raw or SmackDown, he's definitely going to be someone to watch out for as he slowly tries to progress as this gimmick in 2012.
Yeah, so who knows where the WWE go with this. The WWE might be trying to bury him, but at the same time, this character could develop into something that the fans like. He won't go into the main event scene, but I can see him getting a lot of people behind him, especially with that fun gimmick, which is going to be very easy to get over, in my opinion.
And over time, as long as the WWE use him, give him feuds and stuff, his character will build, and maybe he'll get behind him. But until then, we'll have to see.
At WrestleMania, guys, Funkasaurus versus Rikishi in a dance-off. We should see that. Definitely see that. Have him have a good one in the Rumble as well. We'll see what happens there, AJ. But the next person we're going to talk about is a female. And when she came in at sort of this point last year after WrestleMania, not this point last year, but after WrestleMania last year, she really shook up the Divas division, and that was Kharma. Big year for Kharma, possibly, especially after the pregnancy.
The thing I want to say about her is...
Oh, you're so emotional. You're worse than Jericho, you are.
Well, when it comes to like crying, I thought, whoa. But I'm thinking, maybe as she's been out for a while now, she can come back to that whole who to watch out for, no, then Kharma. I'm thinking this year could be something that the Divas could look out for.
Yeah, I mean, the Divas division does need a big shake-up at the moment, and Kharma is the kind of girl, the kind of woman even, that could provide this. I mean, she could feud with Beth Phoenix, maybe even a Natalia or something, but I think the Divas division does need Kharma right now, and I think that's one of the reasons why they will probably build the division around her, which so means it could be a big year for this Kharma character that will probably be top of that Divas division for a while, possibly. And I think she should be with her size.
Well, with a big diva actually being in the WWE, expect big things to happen.
A lot of people have said this last person that we're going to mention may have had a bad 2011, and I could agree with them in some ways. But who knows what... This is another very unpredictable character that we don't really know what's going to happen with, but if they get behind them correctly, it could be a star for the company in terms of either merchandising or whatever, and that is Sin Cara. A quite disappointing 2011, but he's now injured. They'll probably have him face Rey Mysterio at some point, but he's still, in my opinion, even though he's disappointed, could still draw that fan reaction and could still be something different in the WWE like Rey Mysterio was.
Well, the fact that he had big things happen to him in 2011, not the biggest things, but he was involved in Money in the Bank and big matches like that.
Survivor Series.
Survivor Series. At the same time, I'm thinking, if he comes into 2012, still as Sin Cara, I think his character could build over the year, and the fans will get behind him, and they'll probably have a good guy for the other wrestlers to face.
Yeah, I mean, not necessarily a main eventer, but again, like Brodus Clay, could be a draw, couldn't he? A massive merchandise merchant and a massive draw. We've seen how well they can do with guys like Rey Mysterio. So, Sin Cara, even though he may botch a little bit, botch a lot actually, but even his Survivor Series running, he botched. But anyway, but Sin Cara is the kind of character that the fans like. He gets a natural reaction, and they could merchandise him to kids and stuff. So this could be a big year for him. Who really knows after his injury?
We'll just have to see what the WWE do with him. But now we've given you our 4, maybe getting a push in 2012. If you've got any others that you think may get a push this year, leave them in the comments section below.
Yeah, because these are 4 guys we're really not sure about what we thought we'd mention. And also, on another note, Sin Cara is Triple H's first signing, as first sort of new signing. So as whatever position he is in WWE now. So this is another one of the reasons I think that he definitely could go far. Because if you're on Triple H's side, you're going to the top. That's why Evan Bourne is getting buried at the moment, because Triple H hates the guy. And he's doing drugs as well, trying to get himself fired, apparently. Okay, anyway, after that, we're going to go on to our 3 FCW talents. Now, as you know, on my channel, I do review FCW, so I do see these guys wrestle almost every week. And in this section, I've picked out 3 guys who I feel really could make... If there's the 3 guys on FCW that could make that jump to the roster, purely based on not just their wrestling skill, but also their character and what they can do in the ring. The 3 guys who I picked out are Damien Sandow, Dean Ambrose, and Antonio Cesaro, formerly known as Claudio Castognoli. Now, all 3 of these guys have got some kind of character. Sandow and Antonio Cesaro are very similar in their characters. They've got some kind of character which could get out there. Guys like Ambrose have very good ring psychology. Again, I'd love to see these 3 guys get pushed in some way or form. They're part of what I like to call the FCW 6, or the Good 6, or I can't remember what I call it now. But these 3 guys here, Sandow, Ambrose, and Cesaro, I do feel have a place on the roster. They've got the in-ring skill. They've got a unique gimmick in some way. They both have good. They all have good ringing psychology. They can work a good match. So I think out of all, in FCW, and maybe even a Seth Rollins you could throw in there for his wrestling ability. There's 4 guys there you could see going from FCW, the developmental scene or system, FCW, into the main roster going into 2012, in my humble opinion.
Well, with the WWE needing new stars, again, FCW is a great place to start because it is being shown. You are actually seeing the future of the WWE being made through this show. So for these 3, 4 to actually come into WWE eventually and become mid-carders or maybe highlight eventually, it's just what the WWE needs. So good luck to them.
The sky's the limit for these 3 characters, NJ. I mean, they could become mid-carders. Who knows, in 2013-14 we could be seeing them as world champions, but I don't know. We don't really know because this is literally speculating over a future. So those are the 3 or 4 talents I think FCW could promote. The WWE could bring in from FCW right now and have real good chance, the best chance within FCW. The other 8 people, the 4 surefire ones we had and the 4 unsurefire ones we had. Let us know who you feel could be someone to watch out for in 2012, or if you agree or disagree and why, with our choices down in the comment section below.
And an interesting thing would be, do a video response. Give us your 11 or more if you have in the comment section below, and we'll be sure to accept it.
Yep, definitely so, and we'll watch it too. So there we go. Those are our 11 or 12, if you include Seth Rollins' picks, who we feel you guys should watch out for, and the WWE Universe should watch out for in 2012, of course. Now, NJ, do what you do best and end this video on a real high.
Well, this, guys, has been a very good video. We've enjoyed making this video. We came out. People who watch out for